Hello there, welcome back to Marks plays Age of Conan, the strategy board game. Here we are back in the land of Hyperborea, and we're just going to dive right back into it here. So if you've been enjoying this series, please just like and subscribe the video, and please leave comments. I'm doing this for the interaction, I'm sure. It was generally the most fun I have with making these videos. I'm still fairly new to YouTube, so I'm sure if I keep trying and being prolific, I'll be getting more and more fans or viewers or whatever. Mostly just friends that want to watch me live out a board game. And y'all hopefully will enjoy that. Anyway, let's dive right back into it here. Alright, so we left off with the Stygians about to take their turn, so they got a wild die here. They're going to use it for an intrigue action and start a contest in Darfar. Try and get the Darfar tribes to join them. Alright, so the battle of wits between the leaders will begin here in Darfar. Stygians have a strategy card. They're going to use some of their influence there. And they get 4 dice. And with that, they get 3 successes. And now for the defender, what they've got, oh, lucky roll, 3 for the defender. So they once again have managed to dissuade the influence of the Stygian mercenaries. Interesting. Alright, so for the Aquilonians, they get to roll a new set of fate dice here. And few crowns, few wilds, few mix, and an intrigue. Alright, in Aquilonian, they decide to take a intrigue action here. And their first will be to move an emissary over into Koth. Then they're going to start an intrigue contest up here in Samaria. They're going to try and convince the Sumerian tribes to join them, probably saying, hey, join us and we'll inevitably have to help you when the Hyperborean hordes come after you. So, compelling argument. We'll see how it turns out. Alright, so for Samaria, emissaries score 2 hits there. Not very convincing, so I think they're going to send in the Prince Arpello to try and negotiate further. So they can re-roll 2 dice here. Let me just stick those here. And we re-roll. And doesn't help. Poor old Prince. Not very convincing. And now the Sumerians. Not feeling too confident about the power of Aquilonian, but they can see that they probably could use the hand when the hordes come down. So no successes there. So for that, Samaria, becomes allied with Aquilonian. Alright, so north to Hyperborea, they're going to go ahead and use a military action to build up the hordes once again in Bithynia. Stand up, fool. Aye. Bithynia and, what is this place? Nordheim. You get up to. So yes, the horde grows and grows in the north. The threat is becoming unbearable for the Turan right now. Well, we'll just continue into the Turan's turn. Now, the Turan. Well, first of all, they've got Conan, and rather than keep him in Corinthia to collect another token, they've got a good collection of tokens right now. They're going to use his abilities over in Zamora. So a token actually gets discarded. It's a monster token. And then Turan's going to use the wild die for a military action. Advance some troops into Zamora, where they're going to continue their campaign there. Okay, here comes the first wave on the attack on Zamora. What do we got here? We got 2 hits for Conan. 2 hits only. Well, I think we're going to bring in Commander Artaban here. He's going to let us re-roll a couple of those dice. So, we have 2 hits with the Conan and 4 hits now. So that's good, unless the defender rolls 4 successes. Ooh. Ho ho ho. So lucky. So that is a success for the defenders. Wow, they managed to stave off a huge assault. Well, if I press on now, I'll only have 2 dice. So once again, the Zamorans have managed to halt the attack of the Turanian army, even with the help of Conan. So that's pretty critical failure here, I'd say. Alright, south to Stygian now. They just can't resist taking Conan token when they got the chance. So what they got there is a woman token. And with the crown action, they're going to draw a kingdom card and strategy card. And they have drawn the Lord Thothamon, who's good for sorcery and who also is good for messing up Conan. So he's kind of a nemesis of Conan here. Cool. Alright, well, back to Aquilonian here. They're going to use a intrigue action. And the waves of peace are going to continue to advance to the east. And I believe we're going to try for the great kingdom of Nepitello here. Join the Aquilonians, you won't regret it. Let's see how that pans out. Alright, so I'm running out of room on the board to have my little dice roller here. So we're going to start doing dice rolls kind of out of the way for now. But anyway, we're doing intrigue contest in Nepitello. Aquilonians have 5 dice to start with, so they have a pretty strong position there. And they are going to go ahead and use a strategy card also, just to solidify their odds and, really push the case for them to be joining Aquilonia. So, good thing we played that strategy card. That is 5 successes. So with that, I'm just going to roll, but there's no way that they can beat that, obviously. 2 successes. So, the province of Nepitello, I'm going to dig out the thing here, is now allied with the Aquilonian Empire. Okay, so we turn to Hyperborea here. And they're going to go ahead and steal one of them Conan tokens. The last one, actually. Ooh, a 3 treasure token. Score. And with their kingdom action, they're going to do some sneaky tricks here. They're going to head south into Zamora, where the Zamoran tribes perhaps are slightly weary of the Turan assault there. And they're going to try and convince the Zamorans to join the Hyperborean cause. Alright, the intrigue contest for Zamora with the Hyperborean emissary with the golden tongue bearing the yellow lotus. Well, that gives him an extra dice in this roll, so 2 successes there. 3 successes, sorry. And just to be safe, I think the Blood Queen of Sigtona is going to use some of her sorceress powers. They're going to receive a sorcery token, and they're going to use it immediately to re-roll, and no success. So, that's 3 successes for the Hyperboreans. Now, in Zamora, they have 4 dice to roll here, but Conan is also there, so when Conan's present in a neutral province, he will add to the neutral province's die roll. In other words, Conan dice will count for the defender. So, only 1 success, so Conan failed to help out the Zamorans, so the Zamoran tribes were fully convinced to join the Hyperborean cause. So Hyperborea kind of snuck in and took over the Zamoran province there. So it's interesting. There's two... Oh no, the Turanian turn is immediately following, so their army's been kind of depleted now, so this should be interesting next turn. But before that, we've got to figure out who's in control of Conan now. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we'll wrap up the Rogues in the House adventure. Conan failed to complete it. He wasn't in the province at the end. So the next adventure will be the Vale of Lost Women. Oh, Conan and your women. It's going to be in the Black Kingdoms, far to the south. Conan, chief of the Bamula, saves an Ophirian woman from both a rival tribe and a creature of the stars. Oh, interesting. And that is going to be 4 tokens here. 3 and 4. Now we'll proceed to bid on who is in control of Conan this turn. Alright, here we go with the bid for Conan. So, Aquilonians, they're blowing their 0 marker and more or less passing on this one. They still have the most adventure tokens, but knowing that the end of the age is coming and the final age, with the last chance to build up on any kind of Conan advantage, they're going to return some of their tokens back to their pool. Now the Stygians already played their 0 card and they're making a play for Conan once again. The Black Kingdoms is right close to where their empire is, and they have been wanting Conan on their side for many times. And now it's their chance to bring him to the south, take advantage of him. Now the Hyperboreans, same thing. The 3rd age is coming. Everyone wants to plan ahead for trying to get some Conan influence, so they are blowing their 0 token, and so is the Turan. So with that, everyone's going to be returning their tokens back to their pools, save the Stygians of course, and it looks like Stygia will be the Conan player for the next adventure. Okay, well, the Turan have a tough decision to make here. They got the wild dice, and it's the last dice of the Fate Bowl too, mind you. After their crushing defeat in Zamora, with Conan being located there right now, I don't think they have any hope of subjugating that province at this point. So I believe at this moment they're going to abandon that, which is not something they wanted to do. So they do have possession of the Cobra Crown, which gives them diplomatic power, large diplomatic powers. So I think they're going to work on negotiating with the Kingdom of Punt once again and attempt to get them to join the Turan side. Alright, the contest for Punt. So Turan gets 3 dice initially, but because of the Cobra Crown they get an additional dice. So that they have scored only 1 success. I didn't check the strategy cards. Let's just check them. Oh yes. I guess I should have played this. So that would have given them 3 successes. Alright, that's a little bit cheaty there, but you know what? I'll let it go. I'm playing by myself. I gotta do everything on my own. It's easy to forget things. Anyway, 3 successes there. Punt. Would they like to join? I'm thinking they would. Yes, they would. So, with that, the province of Punt has joined the side of the Turan. Okay, we go now to the Stygian turn, and they have control of Conan, and they get to roll a new set of fate dice. So here we go. Ooh, another nice mix. Alright, so first thing, Stygian turn. Conan wanders south into the land of Koth on his way to the Vale of Lost Women. Anytime he hears about women, he's on the run across the countryside. Anyway, they get a token, and it's a monster token. Okay, so this is the chance I believe the Stygians have been waiting for. They've got a military action, and they're going to send their forces north into Koth, where Conan is awaiting them, and they will start a contest there. A campaign for Koth. Okay, so this looks to be a critical campaign for the Stygian army. They are in possession of the Sword of Atlantis, so try not to forget that they win ties in military contests. And they've got quite a few resources on their side, but including Conan. But let us go ahead and for the first roll, we've got 5 armies there, and let's subjugate Koth. So with that, we've got 3 hits there, which is not bad. I think we'll go with that. And the Koth defenders scored 2 hits, so that is the first wave success in the land of Koth. We're going to go ahead and force march for another die roll. Now we are going to use a strategy card here. I think, where are we? In the forests. So we'll use one of them. So shield hits are going to count. And right there we got 2 hits there. That's not very good. I think what we'll do is we'll summon some sorceress powers out of the Towers of the Serpent. And we'll spend that sorcery token to re-roll one of them dice. So, oops. Success. Alright, so that's 3 hits for the Stygian army. Now, the defenders, stand up, fool. The defenders need to beat 3 hits. They have failed miserably. So far so good. We are going to force march once again and advance on the city of Koth. Now, we are going to use the Witch Zoralo to summon another army or another unit back into the army, just to give us that last push. And we are going to use another strategy card. So with 4 dice, they're looking for a clean sweep over Koth. Only 2 hits there. Well, we do have another Tower of the Serpent card, so we're going to go ahead and re-roll another dice. So we got 2 hits. Come on, baby. Oh, nothing. So here's the defender's chance to break the siege of their capital city. And they failed. So with that, the Stygians have subjugated the great land of Koth in a very critical area of the board. So that is quite interesting. Alright, so here we are in Aquilonian now. Now we're getting into the part of the game where each decision gets harder and harder to make. And with the fate dice, you're limited, your decisions are somewhat limited, but I had a bit of a think about what the Aquilonians were going to do. Now they've been really pursuing a peaceful expansion, but with the threat that is practically surrounding them on all sides, from the north and the south, there's talk of perhaps expanding their military somewhat, but in the end, I think I decided to, in this case, go ahead and do an intrigue action, and we're going to do one final, well, maybe not final, but we're going to see if the province of Corinthia will join the Aquilonians, and then from that point, I believe maybe our strategy will perhaps start to shift, but we'll see what happens with this contest in Corinthia here. Alright, so with their intrigue action, first they're going to send an emissary through the Black Kingdoms and into Bithynia, and that'll give them an extra dice to roll for Corinthia. So that's a total of 5 dice. And with that, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that is pretty darn good. The defender gets 4 dice to roll, and they have only scored 1 success. So, with that, Corinthia sees the light, so to speak, and joins the Aquilonians. Alright, so with that, I believe we're going to put an end to this video here for today. Things are getting exciting. There's been a little more interaction between the players now, and if I said claustrophobic at the end of the last age, well, now we start to see the real meaning of claustrophobia here. But so far, I'd just say it's been very interesting, and I can't really say if anyone really has an advantage at this point. I mean, obviously Hyperborea and Stygia have a lot of military control, but in the meantime, Aquilonian has really spread their influence far and wide. While it's not militarily controlled, it is still diplomatically controlled, so I'm anxious to see how this will all play out in the end, but I have a feeling that the next phases of the turn or of the game are going to be dramatic, to say the least. And the Turan, well, they're just quietly sitting over there to the east, but with a terrible loss in Zamora, that really put a damper on their expansions. So, interestingly enough, I thought they had the advantage, but now, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's certainly not them. I'd say maybe it's a 3-way tie right now between Hyperborea, Aquilonian, and Stygia. Points-wise, I mean, Aquilonian is way down there because you don't actually get points for doing the military subjugation, or the diplomatic subjugation, I should say. Not until the end of the game. So they're hoping that it'll pay off in the end. And plus it'll give them a lot of cash, which will also give them a bonus. But I'm probably thinking too far ahead. We're not even done the second age, and we still have a whole third age to go. And what will Conan do, and how will he act, is yet another question that will come out and that we'll see the answers for in the next few episodes. So, once again, thank you for watching Marx's Marx with the Age of Conan strategy board game playthrough series. If you've been enjoying it, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and leave some comments. Let me know if you think you've got some strategy ideas or anything. Let's talk about it. So once again, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.